Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Jessica Eyes with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. The Senate continues voting today on amendments to the bipartisan immigration reform bill S.744. It marks the first time since debate started that senators will begin making changes to the massive legislative proposal, apart from tabling Grassley's contentious Amendment 1195 last week. Joining us to discuss the Senate activity as well as the advances being made in the House is immigration attorney and AILA Executive Director Crystal Williams. Crystal, can you give us a rundown on what happened today in the Senate?
Well, they've been debating the bill all day in the Senate. There have been a number of amendments up. The Thune amendment that would require double fencing failed 39-54. A Vitter amendment that would require full biometrics at the exit systems for all types of ports failed 36-58. And then there was a Landrieu amendment dealing with adoptions that passed by voice vote. More amendments are expected to be voted on as we go into the evening, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, what's happening not on the floor, but could be very relevant, is the debate between Harry Reid and the Republicans on how many votes are really going to be needed to pass an amendment. Will it be 50 or will it be 60? Mr. Reid would like it to be 60. The Republicans would like it to be 50. And if it turns out being 60, I think we'll be hearing all about how it's not an open process. Of course, then the full bill will need 60 votes. So this is going to be an interesting development.
So that's the Senate. Over in the House at 10:15 this morning, the Judiciary Committee began markup of their own bills, including the enforcement-centered SAFE Act. The markup got off to a rocky start when protesters disrupted the hearing. The bill obviously concerns immigration reform advocates. What can you tell us about the SAFE Act?
This is a revisiting of the old Sensenbrenner bill from many years back, and it's a bad revisiting. What it would do is criminalize unlawful presence. It would empower state and local government involvement in immigration, essentially trying to override Arizona v. U.S., and would massively expand the mandatory detention system to the point where really anybody undocumented is being urged to or required to be detained under this bill. It really is a very, very harsh, it actually goes beyond Sensenbrenner. It's a very harsh bill, and one that is generally considered to be a poison pill for any kind of immigration reform.
Now that both the Senate and House are taking action on immigration reform bills, what do you expect to see going forward?
Well, we do expect to see a final vote in the Senate probably next week. The House, I think we're going to see a lot more bills like this, but I think we're also going to start to see some bills that we might like a little bit better. We also had a development in the House today when Speaker Boehner told some reporters that he was thinking of invoking the Hastert rule, which is the rule that requires a majority of the majority in order to bring a bill forward. But if you parse what he actually said, it's not clear what he's really saying there. But I think he's trying to make some tough noises that tell us that the House is going to be a difficult nut to crack.
Thank you, Crystal, for joining us. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for more updates through Immigration Quicktake from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.